works pretty good. Yeah, this one was 70. It was originally like 130. Got a sale. So I'm thinking.
Right here or right here? At the car lot?
No, I think what we do is we go stand right in front of the sidewalk, right by that no cops and OSD sign.
Good.
When we point it at them, the people speaking, we want to see the people speaking.
In summary, SROs are not a solution to prevent harm. We need more mental health resources in our schools instead of men with guns, and we need school communities
So I just set up right here.
treated as equals instead of children to be intimidated into staying out of trouble. I'm going to hand the mic off to another student.
And if they are concerned, we'll make it very clear that we're not going to be posting footage of any youth, any faces, anything will blur out faces other than the speakers.
I'd like to thank everyone who chose to come out here and
We
speak
understand
out
that there
about
are
this. I'm a teenage
youth here.
student within the Olympia School District, and I run the project Say No to SROs. You may have seen my flyers downtown or online, and if after this you wish to hear further about that and hear input from all sorts of different students in the district, you can find more information at my table, where I also have free zines and more information. Today I'm here to talk about the harm SROs have and will cause to our students. SROs, student resource officers, are police officers who have arrest powers who work in our schools. Firstly, we must address what led to SROs being instituted in an OSD school, Capitol High School. Within 2023 to 2024 school year, there have been 2 gun incidents at Capitol High School. The first incident was on the first day of school, September 6th, and the second was 4 days later on September 10th. Nobody has been hurt, but it has left students, teachers, and parents alike shaken. Rather than addressing
Audio is very important. Getting a clear shot is the biggest. So just let them obstruct.
To quote WVOL.org, it's unclear how the SRO works and how it prevent major causes of school shootings. As critics say that having officers in schools exacerbates the school's daily pipeline by criminalizing behavior that can be resolved in other ways, like counseling, conflict resolution, or other restorative practices. Student resource officers are a waste of money. Instead of giving funds to mental health in schools, something severely underfunded and a root cause of gun incidents in schools, OSD, in a heavily reactionary fashion, poured their money into putting undertrained police officers in school teenagers, people who act on an emotional basis. During the discussion about SRO officers in the OSD school board meeting, anti-SRO speakers were often ignored, and the decision to institute SROs was incredibly fast, not giving time for anyone to properly consider the consequences of such a decision. This was reactive and not proactive, and ultimately disappointing to see from the people who are meant to educate and protect our youth. Not only are student resource officers ineffective, but they can be dangerous. Police violence is a major problem in America. Anonymous students have sent me stories of fearing SROs and SROs behaving as if the children in our schools, who are meant to protect and educate, are criminals or inmates. This misguided mentality that SROs have is dangerous. School-to-prison pipeline becomes more literal as schools begin to resemble prisons more and more. Now with actual police officers monitoring our students. These undertrained officers are likely to view our students as some sort of threat or criminal, as their police training has taught them to think. I want to wrap up this speech with my final point, that we as students, parent allies, and other friends of our cause need to act now. We must protect our students from the police and fund mental health, not SROs. We are here to let Olympia School District officials know that we are not sheep. We will not stand around and shrug our shoulders at the danger OSD officials have put us in by placing police in our schools. We must stand up for what we know is right, not sit around and wish things were better. No cops in our schools, no cops in OSD. I would like to call up our next speaker.
Hello, I'm Talana Reed. Hi, Olympia Chad. I'm actually going to be a former school board member, and it hurts my ears to hear that the school board is going to implement SROs. And it was not a unanimous decision. The district made it appear as though they were making that decision that night to shut that crowd up, in my opinion, because a committee was put in place to create a process for that policy, and then other folks were led to believe that, oh no, they're not going to implement SROs. But that is what's going to happen. The Olympia School District is in a financial crisis. On the table is closing the poorest schools in the district. The poorest schools in the district. We're not in a position to make any decisions regarding police officers in schools, because like the speaker spoke earlier, the cost is more than $70,000. A couple $100,000 for two SROs. And then on top of that, the harm that's potentially caused by them. It's not about not needing a resource that is there to protect students, because that's what law enforcement should be doing. They should be a resource for the community. But history shows with the Olympia Police Department is that they are murderers. A black man, two young black boys, one of them accused of stealing a case of beer, ended up shot, and no accountability, except for the mayor did say that this police department, it was a racist shooting. But then why are they still employing that police officer? He could just as easily be called to one of our schools. That's not okay. You know, I think from here, what we should do is, we need to put that pressure on the school district. You know, our students need other care right now. We need trauma-informed practices for mental health support for our students. We're going through a lot right now. And it's not about what the parents want, it's about what the students want. I spent last week and the week before time in our middle schools to talk to the students to see how they felt about safety. And the biggest issue was nothing. They said that they feel fine without police officers in school. It's not the students that are asking for resource officers, it's the adults. For what? To intimidate students? You know, I got an email from an individual in the community insisting that there's no school-to-prison pipeline in Olympia. No, you can't see it, but it exists. And, you know, I'm stating from him stating that there are only 12 juveniles in our detention center. If that were true, that's probably because there are no SROs in schools in Olympia. So the same argument that you have, you know, add them so they can increase arrests, so they can harass students. No, that's not what we need. And, you know, again, this falls in the district, this falls in our school board. And I know we're going to have a current school board member legislation come up in a minute, but I just think it's at the school board meeting. And continue to put pressure on these board members who at one point on their platform said that they were against SROs. And now all of a sudden, when there's an election, they support SROs again. It's political for them. They don't care about the safety of students. They care about getting reelected, because that's exactly what happened. You know, at that meeting that you guys are supposed to do. So, what I want to hear from you guys is what we can do as adults.
We're going to move up about 5 feet.
No matter what, as long as I'm on the board, I will not be voting in favor of SROs, never have, never will. But I also will not sit on the committee to look at procedures. They're trying to buy it, they never look at the real things, and they're trying to use and trick the public. I'm not going to sit on that committee. They're going to use me to make a procedure for police officers in school. They shouldn't be there. So, yeah, I'm not going to be on that committee, and, you know, fuck the police.
I don't have a very long speech, but I think I would to bear with me like that. Okay, well, do that. Hello, everybody. I'm Julian. I founded the College OSD and have been organizing in the district since my freshman year. I'm the first person back after high school and had to be a student of law now. And I also founded the student anarchist organization and the zine of OSD. I'm here today to represent the interests of Black and minority students that are all across the district. I'm not saying every single Black student agrees with me, but I'm saying the Black side of the district is the Black side of the district is really impacted by talking to students like anybody else. and that the board can be prioritized.